The reported Cale Makar signing has serious implications for the Calgary Flames in a few different ways. Fans will be upset that he decided not to come home, while sticklers for the market will be paying attention to what this means for our salary cap and young defensemen. We're going to get to all that more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family, and YouTube's telling me that still over 64% of the people watching are not subscribed. So if you could do me that favor, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out a lot. I sincerely do appreciate it. Plus, you get to join the Flames Digest family. But you know who's not joining the Flames Digest family is Cale Makar, as Makar is not coming home. At the time of recording, he hasn't officially signed a contract, but it's essentially been reported that it's drawing near. Yesterday, there were a lot of people saying online that it sounds like Cale Makar is about to sign. This morning, we had an Elliotte Friedman tweet saying that you can expect a Cale Makar signing in the very near future. Funny because, you know, Elliotte Friedman's also looking for a contract right now from Sportsnet. They're not giving anyone anything right now. As we know, they pulled out of Calgary and Vancouver radio stations. They don't know what's going on with Sportsnet. Even Elliotte Friedman, the best in the biz. But that's completely besides the point here. Cale Makar and the Avalanche are closing in on an extension. Will he become the highest paid defenseman of all time? Most likely, the answer to that is yes. He certainly deserves it. It depends what kind of contract. If he goes lower AV, lower AV, obviously not. If he goes lower years, then probably not the higher AV. But if he goes the full length, then you would assume. But either way, that doesn't matter essentially too much for us yet. First, I'm going to focus on Flames fans just kind of being upset that he's not coming home, because a lot of people were counting on that for sure. Because let's face it, in my opinion, he is the best defenseman in the world on his day. Some people will say it's Quinn Hughes. Others will throw in like a Dahlin and other players in there. I personally really do think that it is Cale Makar. The win column here just put a sad gif, to be quite honest, when Elliotte Friedman tweeted that out. The tweet said something along the lines of about to go offline for a bit. The much anticipated extension for Cale Makar in Colorado is closing in. Going to be a biggie, but a critical piece of blah, 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 and went on. I don't know why I included the Zalapsky little tweet in there. I probably just forgot to crop it out. He says, 2 more weeks until rookie camp. I just want hockey back. And that's true. I did not intend for that to be in there, but how true is that? That has nothing to do with Makar and the Flames necessarily. I mean, it has to do with the Flames rookies, of course, and just hockey in general. Didn't mean for that to be in there, but the main focus here is people sad that Cale Makar not coming to Calgary. Good old Fiery Breadman. Well, Fiery Breadman. Fiery Sharky on Twitter. It was Fiery Breadman like years ago. Same kind of feels here, saying congrats, happy for you, nice, but all not meaning it, actually upset. So often on this channel, and especially across social media and the Flames fan base in the Sea of Red, people were talking for the past how many years that they really wanted Cale Makar to come home. And it's not like that won't happen at the end of his career, but it's not happening for his next contract, which a lot of people were banking on. I'm going to get into it later, how we already have a lot of defensemen, so it's not like we absolutely needed him as much as we would have wanted him. But I do understand why people might still be a little bit upset about that. Let's see here. Where's the next one? Max 6 and Gasoline just said, well, that's stupid. Another person who would have loved for Cale Makar to come back home, obviously born and raised in Calgary, still lives here in the summer. You might run into him in Northwest Calgary. Seems like he frequents around the abodes and establishments around there quite a bit. So happy that he does still come home and lives here in the summer, but will not be living here in the winter when he's actually doing his job. Now, the summer consensus seemed to be that the Cale Makar camp was looking for something at 5 years or less and not the max AAV, even though the Avalanche were willing to do it. But if he does end up going longer term, the AAV could be much higher than expected, which again, at the time of recording, it actually hasn't come out yet what it is, if it has at all. I don't think it has. We would probably know about it. But a lot of people online were saying it's got to be, $20 million or something, and then Hughes will sign for slightly more than that once he decides which team he's going to play for. But it'll be very interesting, and this is why there's serious implications for the Flames, not just because they won't have the best defenseman in the world, but more so, what does it mean for our guys? I think the contract value matters a lot for the entire defensive market across the whole NHL, but the Flames especially are in a spot where they have so many young defensemen that they will end up needing to pay, depending on how many you do keep. You would assume Zane Parekh will be in there, Carson Karls for sure, and there's quite a few other guys. You think of your Brustevich, Kuznetsov, the list goes on. So that will matter a lot for the Flames once the actual salary amount is released for Cale Makar here, because that is what will matter for the Flames of the future. Now, like I was saying, it doesn't matter too much that we don't have Makar, because let's face it, the defenseman is kind of, where our strong suit right now, as well as the goalies. It's the forwards that need work. If you look at our current roster, kind of, or at least the players on the Flames, I put that in quotes, we have Nemitz, Parekh, Whitecloud, Middleton, Ball, Weeb, Hanley, Kuznetsov, Pahal, Brustevich. Already a backlog. Throwing in a Makar, sure, instantly he's the best player by far, and that just allows you to get rid of one or two more guys. But it's not like we were absolutely counting on him coming here. We still do have a lot of good defensemen in the system. In terms of some of the prospects as well, I couldn't get a good screenshot of just defensemen, but who else you got to throw in there? The aforementioned Karls. We have guys like Eric Jameson as well, a Hurtig in there. There's other guys like Muse, who I know he's a little bit injury prone, but Muse is in there as well. There's just a lot of good defensemen, as we know. You think of Phillips as well, is another big guy. So again, we weren't exactly banking on Makar coming here. Would have been nice, of course, to welcome him back home, but it just doesn't sound like it's going to happen, or at least not anytime soon. Wouldn't we love to wash Cale Makar when he's 45 years old? Another thing here is now the salary cap space. I think this is what matters kind of most for the Flames. Again, this is where the implications are most serious once this contract does come out, and the next Quinn Hughes one as well. So our projected cap space for this season is 14.88, but look how much that shoots up for the next few years. It's at over 43 mil for the following season, and then all the way up to 71.9, and then 80 in 2029-30. Now that obviously means that we don't have many players signed up until those years. That's what that means more than anything else. It'll be very interesting to see what kind of, contracts are young defensemen and young players in general. You got to throw in guys like Gridden in there as well, and down the line guys like Wittenbach and Reshny, you would hope, fingers crossed, how much of the cap percentage they decide to take up. Right now it looks like we could sign absolutely anyone in the whole world, and that's kind of the truth. For this season, not as much, but we should have a lot. Deadline cap space at 68.75 mil. I'm not even fully sure what that means, but all I know is that's a lot of money and a lot of zeros at the end. Once we know what these guys sign for, we'll have a better idea of what our guys could potentially go for. They're not going to demand anywhere near what Cale Makar gets, of course, but it'll be good to know. Part of me almost hopes, a Parekh doesn't play too well until he needs to sign his next contract, so that it is a little bit lower, and then ends up being, really, really good. I mean, he'll ask for probably more than Nemitz when the time comes, a higher AAV than what Nemitz just signed this off season. But that's where, the implications really do come down to it the most. So overall, very interested to see what the dollar amount does end up being for Makar, and then alternatively Hughes after. I apologize if you were really banking on Makar signing here. It's still not 100% confirmed that he's re-signing in Colorado, but it certainly looks like that will be the case. And just thinking of an earlier screenshot that I didn't even mean to be in there, was talking about the rookie camp. We do have the Next Gen Showcase officially announced now. So the Flames on September 14th, so still a couple weeks away here, they play the Oilers at 6 p.m. in that kind of rookie showcase, which will be really, really cool to watch. It'll be interesting to see who is actually involved or who has gone away to, school and other training camps and whatnot. But either way, it should be super fun. Super excited to finally get some hockey back as well. I know we had the World Junior Summer Showcase that's kind of similar to this, but this is just the Flames, which is a lot more cool and gets us really amped up for the hockey season, which is really just around the corner at this point. So excited. Hockey's back officially in about a month now. Cannot wait. Now let's get into the comment of the day to wrap up this video, as we love to do here on the channel. It comes from yesterday's video, of course. And this is a great one here from Mo Knows 85, saying, if this is for the Wranglers, then yes. If not, he shouldn't get a sniff or take another player's spot. What is this in reference to? Of course, Alex Nylander reportedly signing that PTO with the Flames. I completely agree. Again, I said it probably at least 5 times in the video yesterday. If he's only getting an AHL contract, he probably doesn't want to be in Calgary. He can go live with Willie in Toronto, tear it up for the Marlies like he did last season. If he's getting an NHL contract, that's probably the only reason he's here. In my eyes, I think almost what the Flames will do is sign him to a two-way and then just bury him in the AHL. If he ends up playing good, gets a call-up or two, good for him. He's getting NHL money. Fantastic. If not, doesn't work out. Either way, I still think that signing is good no matter the outcome. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like what you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.